Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the True Hero. Welcome to my channel, where I will be talking about some of the things that are going on in the meta. Going to be opening the door to some interesting discussions, which of course I hope that you guys will leave comments in the comment section below. Give me some thoughts, feedback, some ideas for new videos, and of course in between I'll be showing you guys some competitive games, some quirky non-meta games, and of course some weird things that can only be found in the wonderful world that is Yu-Gi-Oh! To kick things off, in honor of regionals that just happened here in North Carolina a few days ago, going to be showing you guys a meta match. This is going to be against two archetypes that I think are going to be number one and number two archetypes come November, once we have ABC Dragon and Tree Toad entering the fold. It's going to be Heroes versus ABC Dragon. In case you couldn't tell by my name, I do run Heroes. Don't worry, I am not running Heroes by jumping on the Tree Toad bandwagon. I've been playing this archetype since Electrum OTK was the only way to play this archetype competitively. The dark ages of Heroes. But so I do know a thing or two about the deck and what it's capable of. And that being said, I'm gonna get this show on the road. So we got ABCs going first. What I think this video is really going to exemplify is the level of control that people are going to be exerting over the board, especially turn one, and the importance of constructing your deck in a way that's going to allow you to get over those boards should you go second. As opposed to going first. So as you can see, pretty standard opening for him. He couldn't get off his ABC Dragon, which kind of stinks, but he does have Solemn Warning, which is basically a better version of it. So he's got that. It's better in the sense that it can't be chained to. It does send to grave, but yeah, give and take, give and take. And then, of course, he's got Cyber Dragon Infinity, which basically means he's going to negate and pop one of my cards off the board at will. If you look at my hand, it's actually pretty good. If not for the control that he has over the board, I would probably be going off. But I have Summoner Monk with a plethora of spells to discard to go into Mist. Even better, I have Hero Lives. I could go Hero Lives, bait out Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then try to go off with Summoner Monk, pitching E-Emergency Call, and then going into Instant Fusion into Nodin to do a little Xying. But I have Storming Mirror Force in my hand, so before I go through all my resources and deplete them unnecessarily, I decided I was going to try to take a chance and basically bait him into clearing off his own board for me, because as you know, he'll be able to negate one of my Storming Mirror Forces with his Infinity Dragon, but he won't be able to negate both of them. So I figured, why not take a shot? Either way, I'm going to be exhausting resources anyway. I figured I might as well give myself the best chance of using my resources productively. And it ended up working out perfectly. So he swung into Storming Mirror Force, which he then negated. So I chained my second Storming Mirror Force, and it cleared off his entire board. Of course, he banished face down with ABC Dragon. Some of you guys are going to be wondering why I set Hero Lives and E-Emergency Call to begin with. And that's because in the event of Mystical Space Typhoon, or if he decided to just preemptively use his ABC Dragon and just pop something off board, I wanted something there to bait him to take a little bit of the edge off of my two Storming Mirror Forces, decrease the chances of him popping one of them if he decided to do that preemptively. So now I'm going to go off. Summoner Monk, Solemn Warning, that's okay. Some people have been asking me recently, why do I play Pot of Desires in this deck? I actually run triple Pot of Desires. I'll give you guys another video where you guys will actually get to see my deck. You guys will get to see that I actually run 3 of everything in this deck. So I'm comfortable with it just for the simple fact that, just for the simple reason that the odds of me exhausting all of my resources or banishing all of one resource in the deck is pretty low. So I'm comfortable playing Pot of Desires. Of course, probably wouldn't play it twice in one game, but I don't think anybody would unless they were desperate. But I'm comfortable, and I like going plus. I like going +1 off of a card. It's pretty decent. So game is over pretty much at that point. I go off, went into my Tree Toad, my Bahama Shot Tree Toad, thanks to Summoner Monk and Instant Fusion. And from there, it was kind of over for him. He kind of had no more resources, and I had my own version of Cyber Infinity Dragon where I was going to get to negate and pop one card of his field, and being at the point where he was top decking, I was basically just going to stop whatever he put forward, and then kill him next turn. So it really didn't matter what he drew. He could have drawn a Raigeki. So that was game one. Going into game two, I was really pleased with that. I went second and still came off on top. Game two was a whole different beast though. I don't know what happened. He did not appreciate losing going first. This man kind of went balls deep and standard board, but I just had no way of getting over this monstrosity. I tried my best. So, alright, so now some people are going to be wondering, oh, why didn't you Storming Mirror Force? That's because I only had one Storming Mirror Force, so I wanted to try to bait him out as best as possible, and try to deplete his control over the board in terms of baiting out his Cyber Infinity Dragon, baiting out his banishing of one of my monsters, to see what I had left over, to see what I could do in terms of going off. As you will soon see, it did not work out to my favor. I really thought that he would have waited. I really thought he would have waited on the Cyber Dragon Infinity to stop something else, stop another card. I really didn't think he'd stop the Tin Goldfish. I figured he'd look at that and be like, I don't know about that. That's kind of a quirky play. But he made the right decision. He stopped the Tin Goldfish, stopped me from overlaying or going to XZ or anything of that nature. And then he drew into Twin Twister, and that was kind of the point where I said, yeah, I've got no shot. We're done here. Because even if I had tried to go into Summoner Monk at that point, I'd be in the same position that he was last turn, where I'm top decking, and no matter what card I drew, it was just going to get automatically negated by Cyber Dragon Infinity. So I scooped, and we're going to go into game 3. And again, guys, this is why it's super important to build your decks, especially, come November. This is why it's going to be super important to build your decks in a way that's going to allow you to get over boards if you're going second. Now, I'm not saying that you should go super crazy and always anticipate going second, because of course if you go first, you're going to want to take advantage of that, and you're going to want to set up your own boards and take control of the game yourself. But again, just bearing in mind, you will want to be sliding things into the deck. Excuse me, you will want to be sliding some things into the deck in anticipation of going second at some point. So I got the dream board right here. I just went off. I ended up, of course, Darklaw is go-to for heroes. I went Darklaw in Tree Toad and Traptrix Rafflesia. Just butchered that name. In conjunction with Solemn Notice, which basically means he's not doing anything. He's not summoning monsters. He's not going to be activating effects, whether it be monster or spell and trap, because I will negate all of it. Even at 3,000 life points, I had a buddy who used to say life points in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't matter unless you're underneath 2,000, because then you can't use Solemn Warning. Well, I think that rule of thumb has changed now that Solemn Notice is on the board. Life points don't matter unless you're at 1,500 or below now. But anyway, so he's going to do his best to try to get over this board. But again, just the level of control that people are going to be exerting over boards turn 1 in the meta that's going to be coming up is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And he just scoops, of course, because I think he just kind of sees this board is just, at this point, this board is pretty impenetrable. Next turn, I'm going to go Bahamut Shark into second Tree Toad, which basically means 2 of his cards are going to get negated. He's got another Pot of Desires in his hand, but as I said before, using Pot of Desires twice in one duel, getting rid of 20 cards in your deck, that's when you start running the risk of depleting all of one of your resources. That's never a good place to be. Plus, Dark Law is just going to rip one of those cards out of his hand anyway. So that's the game. I will leave you guys. I'll probably put up another video at some point where I show off my deck profile. I've been playing around with it recently. I'm going to play a few more games and see if my changes are to my liking, if that's the way I'm going to keep the deck. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is True Hero again. I'll always save this portion of the videos for last, because of course some of you guys are going to be more interested in the content of the discussions or the games that I'll be showing off. But do want to let you guys know that I am currently working at a card shop, Wake Forest Hobbies, in Wake Forest, North Carolina. You should come check us out. Check out our website as well. But we also do have listings out on eBay. We currently have Pot of Desires going up online. We've got 3 copies of Pot of Desires. You can pick up a playset right here. The price actually just went up. I'm pretty sure this card is now over $90. We've got it put up for $88.99. So if you want to swoop in and snatch that while you have the opportunity, please do. We're going to be keeping the price the same because we love you guys. And we want you guys to buy. So please make your way over to our website, make your way over to eBay. We do have a fairly decent selection going on. We got a lot of things that just came in, a lot of new shipment that just came in, so feel free to check us out. And again, thank you for watching the video.